Good day, everybody. Today is day number 15, and today's day 1 of week 3. The focus of week 3 is going to be exercise. So with that in mind, I want to talk about certain things. I'm going to reference certain quotes that I think might be helpful to you, and I will talk about why I think they might be helpful to you, okay? These are from my book. I didn't write them, I used them, and I will tell you who did write them. So, first and foremost, I will use a quote that I think I did write. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen other people quote me on this. Okay, but the basic is, if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. And this also relates back to our favorite autobiography in 5 short chapters, meaning that you cannot continue to do the same things over and over again and expect to get a different result. And I believe that some people, I believe some people even say like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, okay? So let's not dwell on the past in the sense that let's not think about what we could have done. Let's not think about what we should have done. Let's not think about what we didn't do. Let's focus on the here and now. Let's focus on what we are currently doing, which is, if you're watching this, you're involved in Bootcamp, which is amazing. And I give you credit for that. And I thank you for that. And I applaud you for that, of making it through 2 weeks of Bootcamp. If you're watching this, you're starting your 3rd week of Bootcamp, okay? And let's focus on the things that we can change and the things that we can move forward with, okay? The things that we can change. Some things you cannot change, okay? And it's like the serenity prayer. It's like the serenity prayer of AA, where they say, give me the courage to change, give me the strength to change the things that I can, the wisdom. I don't know the serenity prayer, but I'm going to look it up just to make sure I don't mess it up, because that's not a joke. But let me just say this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the thing is, if you can't change something, there's no sense worrying about it, okay? We tend to dwell on things that we cannot change. We tend to dwell on the negative. And it is at these times, as crazy as this sounds, that you must breathe it out. Okay, it's the times that some shit goes down or something happens that you have no control over, and it's like, is messed up beyond belief. Like it throws you. That's how messed up it is, right? And there are just certain things that happen and they're not going to change, okay? And it's at those times when you must you must reach down to the healing power of the breath, because the breath is everything. The breath is the key to everything. Without the breath, there's nothing else, okay? Trust me, I've had my share of things go south in my life. I've had my share of things go left. I've had my share of things that really should have never happened in a million years. And you must continue to march forward. You must continue. You must put that stuff within you. You have to internalize it. You have to put it in your heart, and you have to carry it with you for the rest of your life. But you cannot allow it to stop you short. You cannot allow it to stop you in your tracks. You cannot allow it to sacrifice and sabotage the rest of your life. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that for you. Okay? I wanna read a quote that I just read. I don't know if it's a real quote, but it is something from somebody that I just followed on Twitter named Jojo. And it's a really cool thing. And it says, your entire life can really change in a year. You must love yourself enough to know you deserve more. Be brave enough to demand more, and be disciplined enough to actually work for more. That's brilliant. And this is a young woman. This is a young lady. And that's a great thing to say. So it's like, number one, you have to love yourself enough to recognize that you deserve more. You deserve better than this. You deserve a better life. than the one you're currently living, okay? But you have to be brave enough to demand more. And that doesn't just mean demand. It doesn't just mean make random demands. It means to demand of yourself, okay? We must hold ourselves to a high standard, people, okay? We must hold ourselves to a high standard. There's a lot of people who are very acutely aware of their rights and yet completely unaware of their responsibilities. And there's a huge balance between those two. Okay, so with rights come responsibilities. And if you don't pick up on your responsibilities, then you cannot expect to pick up on your rights. So in other words, if you're not going to put in the time in the gym, if you're not going to make good choices in what you eat, if you're not going to spend any time breathing and meditating or doing or giving to someone else, don't expect it to come back to you in that way. And that's not a karma thing. That's not a karma thing. That's just a logic thing. And then the other thing is that she says is be disciplined enough to work for more. So as I tell you every day, none of this is going to be handed to you. Believe me, if I had the pill that I could give to you, or if I could work out for you and you get the benefit, trust me, I'd be a trillion bazillionaire. Okay, if I could pay somebody else to work out for me, nothing would give me more pleasure. Okay, whoever thinks of that is gonna be the richest person in the world. Okay, maybe even more than Viagra. Okay, I don't know, but the idea is we're here. You got to put in the time. Okay, you got to put in the time. You got to put in the energy. You got to put in the effort. You got to do it. But a lot can change. A lot can change. And you see, we've had 2 weeks already. And already I see dozens of people talking about how different their lives are in just 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So imagine what we can accomplish in 6 weeks, in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year. You could be a totally different person. You could shed every layer of skin and regrow it new in a year. Okay? But it takes time and it takes discipline, okay? Be strong, people. You can do this, all right? Now, it's very natural that as we try these things, okay, as we think about boot camp, as we think about exercise, as we think about weight loss, as we think about stress management, as we think about transplant, as we think about, all these different things that come up when you live with a chronic disease, okay, it's very easy to have doubt. It's very easy to be afraid. And it's very easy to have your confidence shaken, right? It's very easy because things come up all the time. Things come up all the time. And we're kind of like always on that edge, always on that cusp of anxiety and fear and depression and sadness, right? But the thing is that you have to keep in mind that this is life, okay? This is life. Things happen, okay? But the point of the matter is you have a responsibility in your life to be good to yourself, to be happy, to be at peace. And my feeling and what I say to my patients all the time is, you know what? Let's get the information. Let's find out the situation, and then we will deal with it piece by piece by piece, okay? And the other thing that I say is that, you know what? We get shipwrecked. We may go down, but we're going down fighting, okay? So my advice to you and my encouragement to you is go down fighting. Don't give up. Another thing, don't set the limits in your mind before your body tells you that you're done, okay? And that can be applied to a walk on the treadmill. That can be applied to, many different things. It could be as small or as large as you want. It could be don't set the limits in your mind before your body tells you not to join the Rotary Club. And I don't even know what a Rotary Club is, but I see it's a club that some people go to. I'm not sure, okay? I see the signs. But my point is, don't let this prevent you from doing the things that you really can do. Override the mind. Remember what I say, don't believe everything that you think, right? Here's a quote from Teddy Roosevelt. A quote from Teddy Roosevelt that says, do what you can with what you have where you are. Teddy Roosevelt, do what you can with what you have where you are. I can look at an NBA ball player, right? I can't do what I can with what he has. I can't do what I can where he is, right? No matter what I do, I'm me. I have to do whatever I can with what I have, where I am, and when I am, okay? By that I mean living in the moment, okay? Living in today. Today's day 15. Let's focus on day 15. So often we get caught in regret, and we get caught in wishing, and anxiety about the future. So we think about, what we could have done differently, living in the past. We worry about what's going to happen in the future, okay? We must be present. We must be present today. And one of, I say it over and over and over again because I believe it, and I believe it more every day. How do you be the most present? How do you focus on this moment? The breath. The breath. Let the breath guide you. Let the breath balance you. Let the breath ground you. Let the breath be your ground. Let the breath be your ground. So that when things are going haywire, return to the breath. And if one breath doesn't do it, and if another breath doesn't do it, sorry. Those two breaths made me so relaxed that I almost fell asleep. Okay, so do what you can with what you have where you are, and then guess what? Maximize that, okay? Maximize your potential today. And by maximizing your potential today, okay, we can build on that, and maybe what you have tomorrow will be greater, okay? This is one of the things that I talk about, one of my frustrations with pulmonary rehabilitation programs, because everybody wants to fight for more visits, right? Everybody wants more visits. Everybody wants Medicare to cover more therapy sessions, right? But I have a different view. I'm not saying I don't want them to cover more sessions, but what I'm saying is, rather than fight for more sessions, let's fight for better sessions. So, for example, what I mean by that is, if I go back to my quote of do what you can with what you have where you are, right? My point is, if you go to pulmonary rehab and guess what? You only get 50% out of that session as you really could have, because nobody's willing to push you and nobody's monitoring you and this and that and the other thing, and you're short of breath and they're telling you stop, and your heart rate is high or your blood pressure is high and they're telling you can't exercise, etc., etc., etc. Even if I give you 100 sessions, and you're only getting 50% out of each one, that's like 50 sessions, right? So I'd rather give you 24 sessions, but let's teach the professionals what they need to know to maximize each session, okay? And that means proper monitoring, that means proper experience of the staff, that means knowing how to push people, right? Because most places you go, you're not going to expect, it's like we were in Paris at the European Respiratory Society a few weeks ago, and one of the things that they were reporting on was this study, and she said, no surprise, there was no improvement in lung function. And I'm like, yeah, there's no surprise that there was no improvement in lung function, because you people were not doing the things that improve lung function. In other words, you were letting the patients work out at such a low level that why would we expect to improve lung function? Because everybody believes that patients are less short of breath, they could do more, they feel more confident, but there's no improvement in lung function. And as I tell you over and over and over again, I know for a fact that you can improve lung function, but you have to do it right. You have to do it right. You have to do it right. You have to push people. And in order to push people, you have to have pushed yourself. You, as a clinician, have to have pushed yourself to learn as much as you can. Not just through school, but school helps, but through continuing ed courses, through experience, through training with people with more experience than you. From calling up the best of the best and saying, hey, you know what? I would like to come and volunteer in your clinic for a while, so that whatever it is that you have going on here, maybe some of it will rub off on me. Okay? That's how you get to be the best. But we have people who are, are expecting to make a souffle out of stones and water. And that's not how you make a souffle. You make a souffle by constantly looking. Now, let me just clarify, to be sure, I have no idea how to make a souffle. Okay? But I do know how to build a career, and I do know how to build and develop staff. And so for those pulmonary rehab programs out there that are not monitoring patients effectively, or that are standing by the nurse's station and every 15 minutes are having your patients just switch with nobody giving them any direction on what intensity they should be working out at, or not understanding about what's an okay heart rate and what's an okay blood pressure and what's an okay oxygen saturation, and the concept of turning up your oxygen when you exercise to maximize the workout, okay? I say to you, wake up, because guess what? Medicare is not going to cover 100 sessions a year. They're just not going to do it. Don't wait for that. But get educated. Get educated as a clinician so that you can educate your patients. That's the way it works, okay? A body at rest will remain at rest, and a body at motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an external force. This is Sir Isaac Newton's first law of motion, okay? So this goes hand in hand with your body gets good at doing what you ask it to do, okay? Your body gets good at what you ask it to do. So if you ask it to sit on the couch, flipping the remote, eating potato chips, etc., 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 that's what you get good at doing. How do you get good at doing that? Okay, your muscles get weaker, your muscles get smaller, you get more fat, your neurologic system is not tuned up anymore, your cardiovascular system is not tuned up, your respiratory system is not tuned up, etc., etc., etc. Your body gets good at doing what you ask it to do. And trust me, it takes a lot to get somebody moving. But once you start going, okay, and I hope some of you are feeling this right now, once you start going, you start building a little momentum. You start building a little momentum. You start building a little momentum, right? And the thing is that, once you have it, just go with it. Go with it. You maybe can't put in $100 bill today. Put in $5. Put in $1. Okay. And then my last one. Okay. If you can't fly, then run. This is my man Martin. Okay, Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. Hold on one second. I want to look up. The point of the matter is that you must move forward, okay? Life moves forward no matter what. My most valuable commodity is time, okay? Time, as it is yours, whether you realize this or not, okay? We will never get back the time. And so we must use every day to keep moving forward. And every day that we're standing still is a day that we're losing ground, okay? There's no such thing as staying in one spot, because time is continually moving, okay? So it's like one of those things at the airport where you get on it and you're moving forward, or like an escalator, right? If it's not really like the thing at the airport, it's more like an escalator where you stop, you go down. You stop, you go down. You stop. No, it's not. It's like a treadmill. A treadmill is what I'm talking about. A Stairmaster, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? But the idea is that every day that you do nothing, you are losing ground. Every day you don't exercise, every day you do something wrong with the diet, every day you let your stress and anxiety take over and blow out your day, is a day that you're never going to get back. Okay? Even if you do everything great, okay, that you're still not going to get that day back, but you may have a better tomorrow because of it. Okay? And you may have a better next day. And the whole idea about this is progression, right? It's all about progression. And I'm going to quote one of my other favorites, okay, from a song called On to the Next One. On to the next one. Hold on one second. Let me find this quote. Okay, it goes like this. Don't be mad because it's all about progression. Loiterers should be arrested. Jay-Z, okay? Don't be mad, it's all about progression. And this song is about on to the next one, okay? It's like you driving it, I drove it, okay? And that's what I'm about. I'm about progression. I'm about, this is what it is. Here we are today. This is what we did in 1998. This is what we did in you know, and I'm all about that progression, okay? I'm all about here's what we did in 1992. In 1995, we raised the stakes. 1998, we raised the stakes. 2001, 2007, 2011, 2014, 16, 17, 18, we're doing it again. And in 19, we're gonna do it again, but I'm talking to you. You need to keep escalating, okay? You need to keep moving forward. Do not quit, okay? I don't care if you have lung disease. I don't care if you have heart disease. I don't care if you have arthritis. I don't care if you have liver disease. I don't care if you have this, that, and the other thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't send me letters saying, like, yeah, you don't know what it's like. First of all, you don't know what I know it's like, okay? You don't know what I have. You don't know what I don't have. But the point I'm trying to make is don't let these things cause you to quit. Don't let these things make you stop living. Don't let these things stop you from being who you are. You know, if an animal has bad arthritis, they keep on moving. If an animal has heart disease, they keep running until they drop. If an animal has respiratory disease, they run till they drop and they get eaten by another animal, okay? But the point is, we as human beings stigmatize, right? We stigmatize and we categorize and we compartmentalize and we put in the box size, right? And this is what I was telling you the other day. Don't let other people put you in the box. Nobody puts baby in the corner, right? Nobody. Name that movie. Name that movie. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Actually, I'm seeing it now. Dirty Dancing, right? And I knew that anyway, but I just wanted to double check. But the idea is don't let somebody put you in the corner. Don't let somebody put you into the category of COPD to where you are COPD. Don't let somebody make you feel like you are IPF. Don't make somebody I'm just gonna say this because you're gonna know it. Don't let somebody make you feel like you are PH, because you're not. You are you. And this is what I am trying to say to you over and over and over again every day, and I keep twisting it and Rubik's cubing it in as many ways that I can. You are you. Keep fighting for yourself. You are worth it. You deserve it. Have the discipline to bring this fight to your disease, right? You have the team. We're giving you the tools. We're giving you the weapons. We're giving you the strategy, right? And we're here with you. We're all here together, right? So let's fight together, okay? And as I told you, COPD is not wimpy. PH is not wimpy. PF is not wimpy. These things are big and strong. They're like the ocean. They're big and they're strong and they never, ever get tired, okay? I had only 2 times in my life when I thought I was probably gonna die. One of them was in Cancun when I was lost on a night dive because of some guy that I decided to help out, and I had to help this guy in Cancun in a night dive. Okay, I thought I might die then, but there was another time I was in Martha's Vineyard, and I was 25 years old. I was probably the best shape I was in ever. I was lifeguarding. I was really fit at that time. And I swam out just a little bit too far, and then the water changed, the current changed a little bit. So I swam out just a little bit too far. I had never been in a Massachusetts ocean before. I'd never been in the ocean in Massachusetts before, let's say. So I went out a little bit too far and realized that I'm not 100% sure I can make it back to shore. And I swam as hard and as fast as I can, as fast as I can to get back to shore. And it took me a long time, and there were plenty of strokes where I felt like I was standing still, and I wasn't. I'd just wait and wait and wait, and then there'd be like a little break and you could swim, and you could, then you'd have a few where you get pushed back and then you come forward again. But my point in telling you this is that COPD, emphysema, chronic bronchitis, pulmonary fibrosis, hypersensitivity pneumonitis, IPF, pulmonary hypertension, PAH, arthritis, heart disease, congestive heart failure, all these things, okay? They're big, they're strong. They have the ability to take you out. They will take you out a lot easier if you do not stand up for yourself. So stand up for yourself, fight for yourself. We're giving you the tools, we're giving you the strategy. Follow it, little by little by little. And I don't care how fast or how slow you go. Just keep on the path. Keep on the path. Okay? Another funny thing is when I was in South Africa, and I was scuba diving near Seal Island, right? And this is a place where there's a ton of seals, and so therefore the great white sharks hunt there, right? And they really know the path that these great white sharks take because it's just so tracked. And my friend Mornay told me, he was like, okay, you see this line here? He's like, if you stay, and the line was literally like maybe a 6-inch line, right? And it was like, if you stay on this side of the line, you're totally good. If you stay on this side of the line, you could have a little issue, right? So my point in telling you this is I don't care how slow it takes. I don't care how slow you go. I don't care how long it takes. Just stay on the path. Frodo. Stay on the path, okay? We have the band of warriors with us. We have the team. We have Mark Mangus. We have Marion Mackless, the 2 double M's. We have the 2 Donnas. We have the Akuas, the Astas, the Ways, the Patricia, the Amalias. We have the Ryan Deesums. We have the Robertas, the Cynthias, the Bryans. Who else do we have? The Jennies. We got the team. I know I'm forgetting someone. We got the Monk, the Kiddo, okay? We got the team of merry warriors, okay? Stay on the path. Stay focused. You can do this. I promise you, you can do this. You can do it. Let's do it. Day 15, people. Your pulmonary wellness quinceañera. Celebrate, okay? Celebrate because we know we're headed in the right direction. We're on the road. It's like we're driving to Florida from New York. We just crossed into Delaware, people. This is Delaware, all right? Have a great day. Have a great week. I will see you later. Submit your questions of the day. Submit questions to me via noah@pulmonarywellnessonline.com. Put the subject line, question of the day, and I will get to your questions, okay? Have a great day. Enjoy. Do not waste this day. Do not stand still. Loiterers will be arrested. Okay? Loiterers will be arrested. Keep on moving. Don't stop like the hands of time, people. Let's do it. Yeah.